on December 16th under the Southern Naval Command in Kochi. DSC A20 will be formally commissioned in the presence of Vice Admiral Samir Saxena, marking the entry of a new generation of indigenous diving support craft. DSC A20 is the lead ship in a series of 5 diving support craft built by the Titagarh Rail Systems in Kolkata, purpose designed for a wide spectrum of underwater missions in India's coastal waters. Unlike older improvised diving tenders or converted tugs, DSC A20 has been designed from scratch under Indian naval rules and Indian Register of Shipping Standards. Its catamaran hull form and systems were model tested at NTSL Visakhapatnam for stability, safety and performance.
With the induction of the specialized diving equipments, that means which can monitor the diving operations underwater as to what exactly the diver is doing, how far down he has gone into the water, and what are the other various assistance or the technologically advanced cameras or photography for carrying out maintenance are all incorporated in this 390 diving support craft.
The twin-hull catamaran gives DSC A20 superior stability, a much wider working deck and better sea keeping, critical when divers are in the water or when underwater equipment is being launched and recovered. At about 390 tons, DSC A20 is small by warship standards, but it is packed with state-of-the-art diving systems, compressors, chambers and handling gear designed specifically for underwater inspection, repair, salvage and maintenance missions along the coast.
These vessels have got better stability, they have more space, which gives them improved handling of the craft as well as the diving operations. You see, diving in operation involves men who dive underwater, who dive into the sea or around these places where we need salvation or we need underwater inspection. So their safety is also of paramount importance. So these such vessels are fully equipped with all kinds of diving support systems. So this is why we call it a vessel which will enable us to carry out day-to-day operations which occur all the time, at any time, either in the ports or in crowded harbors, coastal areas. So this is something which we were lacking with.
DSC A20 will be based at Kochi under the Southern Naval Command, positioned to support India's operations across Western Seaboard, island territories and busy shipping lanes. In an era of seabed cables, offshore energy, deep port traffic and undersea threats, diving support is not a sideshow. It's core to keeping harbors open, ships safe and coastal infrastructure secure. DSC A20 plugs that gap with a modern and Indian-built solution. Beyond the steel and sensors, DSC A20 is also a Make in India story. Designed and built in India, tested in India, with the Navy's shipyard and DRDO lab NTSL working as one ecosystem.
This isn't a feel-good Make in India story. It's about who controls a navy in a crisis, the sailor at sea or the supplier abroad. For decades, India imported naval platforms because time mattered more than self-sufficiency. That was a rational choice. The US, Japan, and even China did the same in their early phases. But every major maritime power eventually learns the same lesson. Imports compress times, but they also import dependence. During the Ukraine war, even European militaries discovered that friendly suppliers still impose limits when politics intervene. What changes with platforms like DSC A20 is that India now owns the design logic, not just the hull. This matters more in undersea warfare, where geography, ocean depth, temperature, and seabed conditions differ dramatically. Imported platforms are built for the Atlantic or Pacific. Indian design platforms are built for the Indian Ocean. Imported ships work best in peacetime. Indigenous ships matter most on day one of a crisis. And that is the real shift from buying capability to controlling it. And this is what turns a navy from a consumer into a strategic actor.
DSC A20 is just the first in a 5-ship family. As her sisters join over the next few years, the Navy can permanently base diving support along key commands: Western, Eastern, and Southern, building a grid of underwater capability around the peninsula.
The choke points are not controlled by warship. They are controlled by risk. Over 60% of global maritime trade passes through Indo-Pacific choke points, and a significant share of China's energy imports crosses the Indian Ocean. History shows that you don't need to block shipping to shape outcomes. Even perceived undersea risk can spike insurance costs, reroute trades, and move energy markets. China understands this logic well. That is why it deploys dual use research vessels, maps, seabeds, and expands its undersea footprints quietly. India does not need numerical parity to counter this. Geography already favors India. What India needs is persistence, autonomy, and denial capability. By fielding indigenous support platforms, diving support craft, unmanned underwater systems, and seabed monitoring assets, India can shape choke points continuously and not episodically. Surface fleet shows flags and undersea system shapes behavior. This is how India turns geography into leverage, and why undersea capabilities will decide the Indian Ocean's future balance. And I would like to end by say that India isn't trying to outbuild anyone. It's trying to control decisions in its own ocean, and that battle is being fought underwater.
Indian Navy's vision is clear: a future where Indian built ships and systems lead our charge, and not imported stopgaps from abroad. On paper, DSC A20 is just a 190-ton craft. In practice, it is a signal that Indian shipyards can now deliver specialized high-end support vessels, and that Atmanirbhar Bharat is slowly but surely reshaping India's maritime power.